Welcome back everybody to another F1 Manager 24 video. I'm so happy this game is out because I have missed it. I've been watching other YouTubers, content creators for this game, put out their versions and I've seen them skip different races. But I'm not going to do that with the My Team. However, that did give me the idea of doing a simulated Has career, where I could do a Has career and then just mostly sim the races. But then if anything gets close, like near the end of the season, we're fighting for a position, we're fighting for this, yada yada, we'll watch that race to see if they get it. And that would only be Abu Dhabi, basically, 100%. So let me know in the comments down below if you would want to see something like that, because at some point I will also have a Has career. I just didn't even think about having a simulated Has career. But anyway, here we are getting ready for Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, one of my favorite tracks in the F1 calendar. We are sitting P4. Sorry, my hold on one second. Not sure where that came from. We are sitting P4 in the constructors standings at the moment, tied with Mercedes. And if we go in and we look at the drivers, we're actually sitting P7 with Oliver Behrman. That's I like it. I'm in love with it. And then our other driver, Sophia Flores, sitting P19 because she decided to spin out. So classic Sophie, back at it again. But yeah, I mean, a good start, and the only thing we can really do is hope to continue from there as we head into Jeddah. And yeah, so I will see you at qualifying to see where we start this race. My fault, my fault. I forgot that this was in the game. I forgot this part. So we're going to do this part real quick. Race targets for Oliver Behrman. Because my confidence is not that high at the moment. We're still going to do the lowest one. It's going to be 12th or higher for Ollie Behrman here in Jeddah. And for Sophie, yeah, we're going to do 17th or higher. So 12th or higher for Ollie, 17th or higher for Sophie. And hopefully we'll actually get both of them this time. And here we are in a Q1 here at Jeddah. Ali Behrman coming around the last turn to put in the very first time to beat here in Q1. I already said that. I sound like one of those kids trying to put in extra words for an essay, but it comes across the line with a 127.5. That is going to put on P1 for now, but yeah, anyway, Sophia Flores comes across the line. She is going to be 6.5 seconds behind Behrman, but she did lock up earlier in the starting lap, and I should have brought her in, but I was like, you know what, maybe, I highly doubt this is going to happen in a video game, but maybe if she doesn't lock up in her second lap, she'll do a lot better and her confidence will just go up. Here comes Behrman around the final turn once again. Not too far behind him is Sophia Flores without a lockup this time. So full green sector 1s and 2s for both my drivers. As Ollie Behrman comes across the line, he will put himself in P4, sitting P22. As she comes across the line, she will move up to P18 and be eliminated out of Q1. Oh man. After getting into Q2 in the first round, she will be out in Q1 here in the second. Sophia Flores, thank you for showing up, and I don't know, go take a nap before the race tomorrow. Well, it's more than a nap. Go just go to sleep. Go Come back refreshed. Come back ready to race. Come back ready to do better than what you just did, please. Here we are in Q2 with Ollie Behrman coming around this final corner to set the fastest. I'm sorry, not the fastest. He's going to set the time to beat on those old tires that he used in Q1 before he comes out on fresher tires later on. He's going to set a 128.5. Here comes Oliver Behrman once again here to finish out Q2 with green sectors 1 and 2. They impeded me. Oh, who impeded you? Is that a new thing? Can people get whatever the words are? He comes across the line and he's going to put himself P9, Russell and Hulkenberg. The only two out there who could possibly eliminate him. What is the penalized? Can you be penalized for impeding in qualifying? in F1 Manager 24? If someone knows the answer, please let me know, because that would be absolutely game-changing. As Nico Hulkenberg goes into the pit lanes and George Russell also goes into the pit lanes, we will once again make it into Q3 with Oliver Bearman. Here comes Oliver Bearman around the last turn here to set the time to beat. And if I would have known, I would have waited for Perez to pass my garage so that I could get that slipstream off of him with Ollie Bearman, but it's too late now, as that time to beat is going to be a 126.9 on those last tires he used in Q2. With 10 seconds left in the session, he has to make it across the line to even start his final lap, and he does so with ease. It's the final lap that he is going to put in here in Q3, and we're going to watch it from the visor cam to see how well he can do as other drivers as they come across the line. I'll keep you updated with the scoreboard up there in the top left-hand side. Ollie Bearman keeping it nice and close through these corners is something you love to see from your driver, as Sainz goes P2 for the time being. We come up with a yellow sector 1. Ollie Bearman, we're going to need you to do a lot better than that. If you're going to do better than P6 here in Q3, do not tell me that your fastest time as Hamilton comes across the line to take P6 away from Ollie Bearman was on old tires. Do not do that to me. Do not say that, as Piastri, he will go... Oh, I thought someone just stopped on the road, but they're getting out of our way. Okay. A yellow sector 2, so it looks like, as we are now sitting P8 here, Sainz in second, Norris in third, Piastri fifth, Hamilton in sixth, as time is running out, as cars are coming around. And there is traffic on this last turn, so that's not going to help either. But they are going into the pit lanes. Verstappen on provisional pole with only Perez, who is able to beat him. Bearman is not going to improve. Perez coming around that last turn. Is that Alonso ahead of him? It looks like it is, as Alonso and Perez will both go into the pit lanes. And we will start P8, and Verstappen will start on pole. So you have Max Verstappen starting on pole, with Carlos Sainz starting in second and Lando Norris starting in third. That is your starting podium. Wonder if it'll be your finishing podium. Charles Leclerc in fourth, Oscar Piastri in fifth, Sergio Perez in sixth. Lewis Hamilton will get P7 as Oliver Bearman drops down to P8. Fernando Alonso in P9 and Lance Stroll P10. Then you have Yuki Tsunoda in 11th, George Russell in 12th, Nico Hulkenberg in 13th, Daniel Ricciardo 14th, Logan Sargent 15th, Kevin Magnussen 16th. So both has made it into Q2, thankfully, because of that new 6 people eliminated thing. Anyway, Valtteri Bottas 17th, Zhou Guanyu 18th, Sophia Flores 19th, Esteban Ocon 20th, Alexander Albon 21st, and Pierre Gasly in 22nd.
It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I wonder if there's a way to make Crofty louder, because as soon as those cars get going, he is done. Verstappen taking the lead down into turn 1, Norris taking over P2, Oliver Bearman starting P8, and Sophia Flores starting, I think she was P19, but she does move up to P18, getting in front of Zhou Guanyu. Oliver Bearman is getting passed at the moment by Yuki Tsunoda going down into turn number 1. And Yuki Tsunoda looks like he will be able to hold on to that, as Oliver Bearman, who is side by side with him kinda, but not really, now he's back in line with him. He will lose a spot back into P9. You can do it. Just pull out from behind him. Pull out. Now I kind of want you to stay behind him so you can get more DRS up here, but that's not going to happen. It is going to be Tsunoda and Alonso trying to catch up to him now, as he's 2 seconds behind Piastri in P7. But at least he is back in P8 as we go back to look at Flo, who has the DRS and the ERS, looking for the inside down into turn number 1 on Valtteri Bottas for P17, the target that she needs to be in to win her target, I guess. I don't know. But unfortunately, no, that is not going to happen. So we need to turn these back on the neutrals for the both of them. We're going to go ahead and put this on ×2 because the second lap is over. DRS going into sector 2 of the DRS. We're in sector 3 of the lap. I know. Don't try to correct me. I know. Yuki Tsunoda will take P8 once again, but once again, Ollie Behrman with the DRS and empty inside down into turn 1. This looks like it's going to be a constant back and forth battle. And then as soon as I say that, it's Yuki Tsunoda who will take the lead there. And we're going to let it continue to top up as Behrman has DRS on Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda with a large amount of cars behind him. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars directly behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then there's a Haas back there as well, who's trying to catch up. Up into turn 1 into the chicane on the outside on turn 2. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was he not cutting? Was he not cutting at the end of that chicane? That looked like cutting to me. Yuki Tsunoda, FIA, where are you at? Let's go. Let's get this man some penalty seconds, please. Please and thank you, as Ollie Behrman looks up the inside once again. Let's go take a look at Sophia Flores, who's up into P17, as she has gotten in front of Bottas, and now Ocon has also gotten in front of Bottas. Did something happen behind us? I don't know if I saw smoke or whatnot, but Sophia Flores on the back end of Logan Sargent. She no longer needs the top up. She is in the 90s with hers as she looks up the inside, but nothing going there as we are at the negative 1.7 kilograms of gas used. So we're going to go ahead and put that back on balance so we don't run out of it. And we should have the DRS, even though we got by him there in the last corner. We would, in real life, we would have the DRS because Logan Sargent was leading at the DRS detected line. But we are up into P16 after the chicane, looking at the back end of Magnussen, who's way back there. Let's put ourselves right here for a little bit. Let's see if we can see him. Oh, yeah, we can definitely see him. He is up there. He is up there. He's all alone because Nico Hulkenberg left him in the dust. We are, what, 2.1 seconds behind him. And we have already gained over a second on Logan Sargent, who's holding back Esteban Ocon. Here we are side by side. We have the DRS going down into the final turn, but Yuki Tsunoda is going to have the DRS coming out of it. But Yuki Tsunoda got passed by George Russell in the Mercedes. And now it looks like Yuki Tsunoda is going to, actually, he's going to come back. So he did get passed by George Russell in the Mercedes. But Yuki Tsunoda decided, you know what, I'm going to give it back to Yuki Tsunoda because I feel like he deserves it. I don't know what he was thinking. However, he did, in fact, give it back. But we are behind Yuki Tsunoda once again, and this time I have a plan. It looks like that is going to work out as we want it to. We're going to have the DRS and the ERS going down into turn number 1 up the inside. George Russell looking like he was going to take a huge dive down there, but fortunately, he was not able to get it. We have the ERS still, so we're going to use that to try to get away from Yuki Tsunoda here on lap number 13. We were able to pull away in Bahrain, get over a second behind the car behind us, over a second in front of the car behind us. But this time, even using the ERS, they are still right there behind us as we are down to 10% going down into the first turn. We're going to get up to 40%, but yeah, that's just not going to help. That's not going to help. That's the furthest we pull away now. We're 7/10, but then it's like the turns. I guess Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell and Alonso, they're all really good there at those turns up in the 9/10. Let's see if we can get over a second. We're getting very close, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get it. We are. It's so close. Let's look at Tsunoda, who has his DRS wide open. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pop that on neutral. He was going to tell us there was no overtake left. But, yeah, we know. I tried to turn it off in time. I'm sorry. There goes Yuki Tsunoda back up into P8. So, yeah, that didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. And now Yuki Tsunoda trying to get away from us here as he does just that. We are catching up to Hamilton, though. Hamilton has slowed down by a lot. And Flourish, holy cow, we almost missed it. Thankfully, Magnussen comes back to put up a little bit of a fight here so that we can see the overtake at the end of it, I guess. I was looking for a better word, but I just couldn't find it. But Sophia Flores here on lap number 15 has caught up to Kevin Magnussen and is now in front of him. Going to get up in front of him, and it looks like there's another yellow flag. There is, in fact, a safety car. Let's see what the yellow flag was for. Let's see what the safety car is for, as Kevin Magnussen just, ooh, tries to take off a little faster than he should have and hits the wall, and he is probably, I don't know if he's out of the race. I know in 23 he would have been out of the race. DRS is disabled. Yeah, we know that part. Can we stop talking about the safety car, please? Magnussen is out of this race, as Ollie Behrman will come in for the first pit stop. Let's see how well this pit stop goes. It is a 2.6 as Sophia Flores. She will now enter the pit stop. She is 10 seconds in front of Hulkenberg. I don't know if Hulkenberg is going to stay out or if he's going to stay in. Let's take a look at that. He is actually, he's going to stay out. So Flores might lose some spots if she gets out with a 2.7. Okay, so not too bad. Not too bad. They're not 2.5s. They're not 2.4s. But 2.7 is, it's honestly, it's not a bad stop time. Here we are. Green flags are out. Cars cannot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. There we go. Hey, I messed up Behrman hard. I messed up Behrman hard. Okay, so he's already almost 2 seconds behind Alonso because he was not pushing at the end of that one. Let's look at Flores. Flores, she is also already a second behind Hulkenberg, but she is sitting P15 as, yeah, so not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Ollie Behrman needs to stay in front of P13 to win his target if for this race. He's won last time. He has not won the second time yet. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to feel comfortable doing the medium ones, but we will see. We will see. At some point, I'll be like, oh yeah. I think he could easily do this one, and I think it's always going to be one of those where it's like, you know what, you're not supposed to feel good or easy about them getting the hardest one. As Behrman is now behind Russell and Lance Stroll. Back down to P11, where he was when the safety car came out of the pit lane. Sorry. And we have Sophia Flores in P16 behind Nico Hulkenberg and Ocon, but at least she's still sitting there, you know? Like, hopefully we can get it down here at the end. I don't want it before we make that turn, and it looks like we're going to get it before we make that turn, which is very unfortunate. So now we're not going to have DRS, but neither is Ocon. So we're going to use our ERS to try to catch up to Ocon, and that looked like it worked perfectly. Let's go look at Behrman, who is now P12 and barely outside of the DRS range of Yuki Tsunoda. Here, as we get to the halfway point of this race, we will see. We have plenty of gas, but that engine is high. And I guess the more you use it, as Behrman gets around Yuki Tsunoda on the inside there, we almost missed it, but I caught it. I hear the more you use it, the more your engine wear goes down. So I guess we're about to find out, because we're pushing on a lot of gas here today, because we have a lot of gas to use. Up into P14 is Sophia Flores. She gets in front of Ocon at some point, and she's way ahead of him. I did not see that one coming at all. Sophia Flores over 2 seconds ahead of Alexander Albon, who just got in front of Ocon behind her. And we are 4.5 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo in P13. In all honesty, we might just watch to see what he does. I should have turned that on a little bit earlier, but Ollie Behrman back up into P8, going down into turn 1. In turn 2, George Russell trying to make a comeback on there, get the inside, but he was not able to. And now we are going to keep a hold of the P8 position, and we're going to keep our DRS, and our ERS on to see if we can get over a second. And we are over a second by the time we get to the big U-turn as we go down. I don't know where the DRS detection zone is here, but it looks like we are well over a second on George Russell. We're actually 0.7 seconds above George Russell. So we do have now 2.3 seconds in front of Stroll. Maybe these two guys will continuously fight each other and slow each other down, which will allow Ollie Behrman to get away from them. Ignore. We're going to ignore that for now. George Russell in the pit lanes. Who was it that was in front of us? Did Alonso pit? Alonso did pit. So yes, we're going to go ahead and pit as well. So we're going to go ahead and put on those fresh new tires. Where is Flourish? Okay, she's past the line as well. So we're going to go ahead and put on fresh tires. Fortunately, the V car was able to hold on to that position, slow her down just a little bit. We get out with a 2.8. Here comes Flourish right behind him. She's going to get out with a 2.9. It looked like a little bit of a struggle to get off that front right tire there. But Oliver Behrman, he will come out P12. Sophia Flores will come out P17 for a little bit. We are only on lap 35. Mechanical faults? Hold on. Is that our first mechanical fault that we have seen? Pierre Gasly sitting P15. Why am I clipping so much more? I don't know what clipping means. Someone tell me what clipping means. Where is Gasly? Oh, snap. He's got that little gearbox exclamation point by him. That means he has a mechanical fault, but he's still in the race of lap 36 for us. As we come to the line to start lap 37, it's going to be George Russell who has the DRS this time, going down into turn 1, but we both... Oh, Hamilton is going to come out of the pit lanes side by side with all of us. There was 3 wide now, and instead of fighting George Russell, we are fighting Lewis Hamilton for P10, and we are sitting P10 at the moment. Now with Sophia Flores, however, we have caught up to Nico Hulkenberg for P13. We are inside that DRS range. We're looking up the inside. We don't need DRS, she said, as she takes the inside. And she is now in front of Nico Hulkenberg for P13, 3 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. We got to figure out a strat to try to get in front of them. And there's a safety car. There's a safety car. Both of my cars are fine. Both of my cars are fine. Something happened to Sargent. Something happened to Sargent. It looks like the same thing that happened to oh my goodness, Kevin Magnussen, as he tries to come out just a little too hard, hits the wall, and he is done. And here we are this time. I did not forget to change the things before we come around the last turn to go back into racing after this safety car. It is going to be 9 laps to go here in Jeddah. We've got Oliver Behrman sitting P9. We've got Sophia Flores sitting P14 here in this race as she gets well over a second behind. I don't know what the heck she's doing, but she needs to drive. You need to drive, and that literally brings up everybody. But he is no longer within a second, so that is very unfortunate. And he's out. Oh my goodness, there's a virtual safety car, and he's probably out of the race, honestly. So Oliver Behrman, that honestly sucks. We don't have to rewatch it, but we're going to rewatch it as Lewis Hamilton putting on the pressure behind him, and he just locks up. Oh, you can actually see the lockup there. That was pretty cool. And the camera messes up when you hit the wall and all of that stuff. That's pretty cool. I love that. But unfortunately, what I don't love is the fact that it happened to Oliver Behrman. He is now out of the race. He will not get his target for the race. Sophia Flores, that will move her up to P13. How do you lock up underneath the virtual safety car? How do you lock up? We are under virtual safety car, and you locked up. How did you lock up under virtual safety? You're not only is it virtual safety car, you lose this position too. Nico Hulkenberg just fucking passed. Oh my goodness. My fault, fam. My fault. My fault. Got a little heated there on that one. I am so sorry. I will try my best not to do that again on a video. There goes Albon right around Sophia Flores. It's like the end of the race. She's like, oh, let me just give up. Oh, you're joking. You're literally joking. There's a red flag. You're joking. I swear on everything, if Sophia Flores is out of this race, she's out of this race. Oh my, did Albon survive?
No then, this was down at turn 23.
What is this? They're side by side. Albon's like, oh, let me turn in. What are you doing, Albon? What are you doing? God, dog. We have a couple more laps to go. Cringy F1 Racing is out here in the second race. We are back at it with Lando Norris sitting in P2. Verstappen sitting in P1 as we watch them get off the line for the second get off, and it looks like Verstappen got a great get off as he is going to hold on to that first position to the third and final DRS, the second and final DRS sector of this lap, because the next one it technically starts on this lap, but on the inside, Leclerc is going to take P1. But now Verstappen, he's got the DRS. He's got the inside looking for turn 1. Oh, yeah, he's just going to completely clear Charles Leclerc going through that turn. Now he's well over a second. And away they go. I thought he was going to go. Oh, no, he's looking for the inside now. He's looking for the inside down to the last turn. Oh, if Leclerc keeps that up, he's going to be able to hold on to it. Perez gets in front of Lando Norris as they start the final lap. Lando Norris up the inside, and he's going to have P3 right back going into the first turn and the rest of the final lap. Let's go back up there to Leclerc. So it's a battle for P1 for Leclerc and Verstappen. It's a battle for P3 for Norris and Perez. And this looks like it's going to be a very exciting end as Leclerc, once again, he's going to have the DRS on Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen trying his best to defend hard against Leclerc to see if he can win the second race in a row here at Jeddah. But around the outside goes Charles Leclerc down around the last turn there. Oh, I thought they were going to go side by side. Verstappen is going to take the win at the line. Oh, they crossed the line literally at the same time. And it's Perez getting P3. Let's take a look at that win. Here comes Max Verstappen. They are side by side going down to the line. And it is a photo finish. It said Max Verstappen too there.
They put in an amazing performance today.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That is wild. Second race of the season. Photo finish. The gap was 0.000.
Second win of the season with a composed performance today.
And that is the end of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen will win this race. Charles Leclerc, it says 0.046 here, but it said 0.000 in the race. And then when we went to replay it, it also said he was in P2. Charles Leclerc finishes with the fastest lap. He will finish in P2. Sergio Perez will also get on the podium once again. So it is a Red Bull podium. And then Lando Norris will finish P4, Carlos Sainz P5, Oscar Piastri P6, George Russell P7, Lewis Hamilton P8, Lance Stroll P9, and Fernando Alonso P10. So that is also, once again, 2 weeks in a row, Lance Stroll has beaten out his teammate, Fernando Alonso. Now, all these people down here, they did not finish inside the points, but we're going to go talk about Cringy F1 Racing, who both drivers got knocked out of this race. Oliver Behrman locked up, hit the wall, and he was out. Sophia Flores got absolutely slammed into the wall by Alexander Albon. We all saw it. There's no if, ands, or buts about that one. The FIA just put on their blind glasses because, oh, it's a new team. I'm guessing that's what they were thinking. But either way, both of them did not finish this race, so there's no points for them in the drivers or the constructors. But looking at the drivers, Red Bull winning once again. Max Verstappen, I'm sorry, winning once again, so he's at an even 50 points. Charles Leclerc in P2, Lando Norris in P3. Sergio Perez, however, maybe Sergio Perez did not finish on the podium in Bahrain, so let me take all of that back. Sergio Perez will finish P4. He actually moves, sorry, why did I say finish? Sergio Perez moves up to P4 in the driver's standings with 26 points. Carlos Sainz dropping down to P5. Oscar Piastri will stay in P6. George Russell moving up to P7 over Oliver Behrman, who drops down to P8, still tied I say still tied. Anyway, he's tied with points with Lewis Hamilton with 6 points total. Lewis Hamilton sitting P9, Lance Stroll in P10. And then you have Fernando Alonso moving up to P11 with 1 point. Yuki Tsunoda moving down to P12 with 0 points. And he will lead the 0-point runners. Daniel Ricciardo behind him, Alexander Albon, Nico Hulkenberg, Esteban Ocon moving up to P16, Pierre Gasly moving up to P17, Kevin Magnussen dropping down to P18. Valtteri Bottas moving up to P19. Logan Sargent dropping down to P20. Zhou Guanyu moving up to P21. And Sophia Flores dropping down 3 spots to P22. Even though she did beat quite a few drivers. She beat out Logan Sargent and Kevin Magnussen, so I'm not exactly sure what they were, how this is working. If Kevin Magnussen only dropped down by 2 spots, I know he beat us out in the other one. Logan, I don't think Logan was ever in front of us. Very well could have been, I guess. We did finish. We were P19, and he only dropped down 2 spots, so he would have been P18. Zhou Guanyu, he beat us out today, so it is what it is. Constructor standings, they all have 0 points. It is what it is. Constructor standings, Red Bull 76 points, Ferrari in second with 59, McLaren in third with 43. Mercedes will move up to P4 this week with 16 points, and Cringy F1 Racing will drop down to P5 with 6 points. Aston Martin with 4 points in P6. And then we have the 0 point runners sitting in P7 is VCarb, and Williams P8, Haas P9, and Alpine P10, and Kick Sauber P11. So we have these people. We have these people beat. We even have Aston Martin beat at the moment. So unfortunate race for us here in Jeddah, but hopefully we'll do better in the next one. Let's look at the pit stops. McLaren with the fastest one with the 2.487 seconds. They're going to gain 25 points. We have VCarb's Yuki Tsunoda in second. Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes in the third. Mercedes George Russell in fourth. Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso fifth. McLaren's Oscar Piastri in sixth. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz in seventh. Eighth is Aston Martin's Lance Stroll. Ninth is Esteban Ocon in 2.5. And 10 is Williams' Logan Sargent with a 2.6. So that's going to shake up this board, as well as McLaren will move up 2 spots for P1. Aston Martin stays P2, and then Mercedes will move up 2 spots for P3. Red Bull drops down 3 spots for P4. VCarb moves up 4 spots for P5. Alpine drops 2 spots to P6. Ferrari drops down a spot to P7. Kick Sauber drops down a spot to P8. Cringy F1 Racing drops down a spot to P9. Williams will move up a spot to P10, and Haas will drop down a spot to P11. The only one who doesn't have a point here in the pit stop race. And that is the end of Jeddah. Like I said, it was not the look at the mentality hub over here. The lowest mentality is Sophia Flores. So the biggest issue is the team race results at Jeddah. I don't blame nobody. I don't blame anybody. Let's take a look at the mentality hub. Is that like a, let's see, mostly neutral. Neutral? What the heck? Neutral. We have 1 positive, and that is our team affiliate, Teresa Nunez. We have 8 neutral. It's not going to show us all 8, unfortunately. Rafael, Adam, Alex, Pedro, both the race engineers. Negatives, we have 0, and demoralized, we have 0. But team members, 9 of 9. Biggest issue is other staff. Is there a way? Oh, full report. Okay. Personal situation, neutral. Team performance, negative. Team principal, positive. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, that made my day. Honestly. Let's see. We have Sophia Flores. Personal situation, negative. I'm so sorry. Team performance, negative. I'm so sorry. Team principal, positive. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Listen. Let's see. Neutral, negative, positive. Neutral, negative, positive. Neutral, negative, positive. And then Nunez. She's the happiest one of them all. She's just happy to be here. Honest to God, she's just happy to be here. But yeah, everybody's neutral, negative, except for Sophia, who's negative, negative. Everybody's neutral, negative. And then there's Nunez, who is positive, negative, positive. So, yeah. Anyway, that is that one. Like I said, oh, dang it. Car problems. Like I said, terrible finish at Jeddah. Hopefully we can do better in Australia. We will have upgrades for Australia. So the first 2 races without upgrades. It looks like, is that correct? Let me, is Oliver Behrman P8 and then Sophia Flores is P22. So they have the driver standings back. If I remember correctly, in F1Manager24, they did not have those up there, but they did have them up there in 22. They have their overall rating and their they're straight faces at the moment. But I do like the fact that that is back. Anyway, that is a Jeddah, unfortunately. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit that like button. If you can't wait for the next one, hit that subscribe button. Both those videos, I'm sorry, both those buttons really only help me out with my confidence of even posting these videos. But so far, I am having a blast playing this game. I've only put up 2 videos so far, and honest to God, I can't wait to see what we can do, not only with these drivers, but with these cars. And if we, like I said, we go look at the car, we have the 3rd best overall, but we are not going to sell out and buy extremely good drivers. We are going to give drivers a chance, like Ollie Behrman and Sophia Flores, even though, like, hey, don't tell her I said this, but, like, honest, I don't think I'm going to do the same thing that I did with her in the last one, where it was trying to get her to be a World Drivers' Championship. We have other people. We do, in fact, have other people that could do it, like Abby Pulling, Bianca, uh, 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 I don't know how to say her last name. I'm not even going to try to say it. But we've got Bianca. We've got, who else? Logan Sargent. I would love to see Logan Sargent win one just because, like I said, a man grew up 3 hours from where I'm living at the moment. Dennis Hauger looks like he could be a good driver in the future. We've got plenty, and I mean plenty of people. Um, Honest to God, if I ever hired this one, is because, like, the blonde hair, green eyes is just bloop. Anyway, so we've got Kevin Magnuson. Yeah, he's an 81 overall, but I mean, why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Um, and it looks, honest to God, like he is not happy where he's at anyway. So, like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Where is Logan Sargent? Are these names not in order? Oh, wait, I'm still in the L's. Never mind. Logan Sargent is demoralized in his situation. So why is he not too close to start in? This candidate is not interested in entering too close to the season start in. So it's too close to the season start for him to even want to go into contract situations. But that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah. So anyway, can't wait for the next one. Hit that subscribe button. I don't know what it is you guys do outside of YouTube, but I hope you enjoy your life doing so. And I will catch you next time.